It almost is like two Littlers is just too much for this.
Too much awesomeness. That took 41 minutes.
That ain't that bad. You spent 41 minutes with your dad. You should be very happy about that. I think it'll work.
You and your stupid hat.
Leave my hat alone.
You look like a teenage gamer wearing a beanie.
Quit moving or you're going to disappear the whole time. Why does that do that? It almost is like two Littlers is just too much for this.
Too much awesomeness.
Thanks for joining the Small Ball Podcast. I'm your host, Bill Littler, and this is Macy Littler, my daughter, and she is a freshman at Youngstown State. She went to high school at Central Valley, is where she played ball at. And we're just going to talk a little bit about the first half of her freshman year, and the second half is here going to start Monday is when you start your next semester, huh? Mm-hmm. You're pretty excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to give me more words than just yeah?
Yeah.
Last fall, you had your first semester, and congratulations on what was your GPA, 3.6 or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, so that's good. From going to high school to college, how was that academically for you?
My schedule was easy, so I think it was easier because I only had classes 4 days a week, so I was off on Friday. And then at the end of the semester, I only had like one class on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
And how does the advisors help schedule things around your softball activities?
The academic athletic advisor will literally just make up your schedule. So I'll talk with my academic advisor first. She'll help me lay out what classes I should take for my major, and then the academic athletic advisor will make my schedule based off of a practice schedule and just sort of like practice schedule, weights and whatever. And then I'll be okay, yeah, that's fine, and then it's submitted.
Okay. How did they make sure you were doing the right things academically?
We had all freshmen had to have 5 hours of study tables a week, and it resets each week. So if you didn't get 5 hours, I don't know what happens if you don't get 5 hours, but you have to get 5 hours each week, the first semester of your freshman year. And then after that, if you failed a class, or if you think you need more help, I guess, then you'll have 2 hours each week of study tables.
Okay. So you're there, so
I don't have to do it anymore.
You don't have to do it
God.
anymore. But you better keep those grades up.
Obviously.
What challenges did you face your freshman year, and what did you do to navigate through them? The food. What do you mean the food? Explain the food. Not besides the fact that you're incredibly picky.
So with that, I eat a total of 3 things at the dining hall.
Is the grilled cheese good?
The grilled cheese is actually really good. They make it. You go and ask them and they'll make it.
So that was your big challenge, huh?
The food.
Was the studying or school? I mean, you said you kind of had easier classes.
Yeah, I had a lot of easier classes. So my hardest class was college.
And math isn't
Math is not my specialty.
your thing.
Not at all.
Which you didn't get none of that from me.
Mm-hmm.
Math is my best subject, or was my best subject. I got A's and B's. That was like the only class that I did good in. All my other class in colleges were not good.
I got a B, so
it's good. Hey, it's all you need to pass. And that's the thing too. A lot of kids don't understand is that, high school you're always pushed to get straight A's, but in college it's challenging. Yeah, college is tough. So A's and B's are definitely good. Now, one thing is different is that, like, when you were home, we would take you to training, whether we went to Cradell's at KB Performance or if you went to Athletic Republic or whatever, but you would only go there a couple times a week.
So
you're training
every single day.
So you're doing a lot more training.
Sometimes 2 days, yeah.
And do you feel stronger and faster?
Yeah, I do.
That's cool. And your practices, do you do a lot of individual training?
We did whenever we were in 8-hour weeks, but if we have a full practice, then we worked on like plays and like full defense. We did live a lot too.
Okay. And you're restricted. You're with you talking about 20 hours of stuff. That's the NCAA restrictions of what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
What kind of engagement did you have with your head coach? Do you guys meet a lot? Do you guys talk a lot about goals and stuff?
We had like an entrance meeting and then an exit meeting of the fall season. So we went in and talked with both the head coach and the assistant coach before the fall game started, and then we talked about goals and like what I think I can contribute to the team, stuff like that. At the beginning, like before the fall game started, and then after the fall games, we talked about goals for the spring semester and then the actual season, and then we talked about like the team and like the environment and all that.
Okay. Now in the fall, so the starting center fielder was injured for a while. She was dealing with the concussion, right? So you kind of played center field a lot, and you batted second mostly, right?
Yeah.
And then when the starter center fielder came back, they kind of moved you to left field. So it looks like you're going to be playing left field in the spring. Is that kind of what you're feeling?
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how that works. I know I'm excited for it for you, so I know you're excited. So, and again, if they have you starting, sometimes coaches want to make you earn that. So,
obviously,
if you're batting 8th or 9th, you got to work to that second spot. But they do. It does seem like they do expect you to have an immediate impact on the team, which is very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
When you played in the first few college games in the fall, was it different at all?
Not really. No. I mean, we played, but it was still like, felt like I was just like playing travel ball in the summer.
Okay.
Just like, it really felt.
Now, Coach Campbell has a different mindset on some things too. So he has set things that happen
for everyone.
And he doesn't care how fast you are or what kind of slapper you are. He wants you to do what he expects you to do. Yeah. Exactly. So that was kind of a little getting used to for you, I think.
A little bit,
yeah. So let's transition to the spring season. The fall, you're just kind of getting your feet wet. Coach is kind of seeing what he has and how he can piece together a lineup. So as you gear up for your spring, and I know you haven't started yet, but once you get back to campus, aspects of your game have you been focused on in training?
Like, I'm still bunting, obviously, but I'm not able to bunt as much as I used to in travel in high school.
Yeah.
So they, at like our individuals, they focused a lot on like me hitting the ball in the ground, so like it bounces. They also they want me to swing more away in the games. Or like power slap more because it's harder to get on with a grounder to be in fit because the players are better, obviously.
Yeah, so you need to. You can't cheat and get on base as much anymore. You got to earn it.
Yeah.
And your teammates, you guys all get along. Yeah. It's a great environment. Yeah. That's good. Now, do you guys talk about team goals or anything?
We all want to win the conference.
Of course. I mean, that's really what you're shooting for.
Exactly.
I would love to see you play in that World Series. I think that would be so awesome. But you got to win the Horizon League.
First,
yeah.
What did they get last year? Third?
I think it was third that they got.
I think we can get.
I mean, you really.
I think we can win it.
I mean, you lost a couple people, but you've picked up
picked up more. Yeah.
Some pretty good freshmen. I mean, you have several girls that seem to that going to help you right away. Yeah. And you haven't lost any of the key positions. Mm-hmm. You got your pitchers, catchers. Yeah. So you want the stolen base record for is it the YSU stolen base record?
Yeah.
And I know you and the coaches had talked about that. Mm-hmm. What's cool too with colleges, they do a lot of player recognition. So they'll have like an all freshman team, an all conference team. They'll have all academic team. There's a lot of different recognition for individual players that they have in their college, which is, I think, is really exciting. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are you most looking forward to in the spring when your season starts?
I wouldn't say the bus rides, but definitely like being with the team all the time.
So yeah, you're gonna do, and you guys only do buses.
We only do buses.
Your
coach Campbell does not like flying.
So you guys are driving.
We're driving everywhere.
But you guys got a big bus. Like it's a nice bus. It's not like it's not like a school bus you're riding in. I mean, it'll be one of those big nice ones. I mean, you guys only play games like during the night, so I don't even know.
We might be able to, but like
you only played 2 games. It's not like you're playing a full schedule.
But
like
we're not.
Travel. But it'll be cool to see what you guys do like during your off time.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you got a lot of schoolwork and stuff you got to focus on, but I'm sure you're gonna have some downtime to do stuff.
Yeah.
Are there any specific matchups or games that you're looking forward to?
I don't even know who we play, to be honest.
You're just not that person. You just like put me on the field. I'll
tell me when and where I need to be, and I'll be there.
And you really don't care who you play.
Nope.
I love that about you. And you've always been like that. You're just like, I don't care who we play. Like, there's no opponent that you were scared of, intimidated of.
We're all the same. We're all softball players.
You approached every single game the exact same way.
Yep.
And I think that's a big asset that you have is that, and you don't get rattled in between different at-bats or anything. It's like, okay, let's do it again. You got me that time. I'm going to get you this time.
Yep.
When you reflect on your first semester, what's been the most memorable moment for you, both athletically and academically?
I remember the most memorable thing academically was walking from one side of the campus to the next at night because of my math class.
Was that scary?
Yes. And it was freezing. It'd be negative degrees, and I'm walking uphill from one side, literally one side of campus to the other side to get back to the dorm. That was...
Now, do you feel safe on campus?
Yeah.
I know Youngstown kind of has a bad rap.
They have cops. They have like campus police, and they're always out, especially at night.
That's good. And you don't feel threatened or anything. There was never an incident.
I'm obviously a little bit nervous, but it's because I'm kind of scared of the dark outside. So.
And it takes you a while to get from one side to the other because you got little legs.
There was.
I'm just saying.
There was one time. It's like a 15-minute walk from my math class back to the dorms. I made it in 8 minutes because of how cold it was.
Because you were hustling.
I was freezing. I was like literally like.
It was bad.
I was walking. I was not walking slow that time.
What about athletically? In the fall games that you play, what's your most memorable at bat or play?
It was the first game of the last series of games or set of games. I had 3 at bats. The first 2, I bunted the ball and popped it up to the third baseman both times. Which
I'll interrupt you and say that you have never done that. You have never done that ever. You may have only do that. You're lucky if you do that once every 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
Pop up
Yeah, so I was like, okay. And then I took one of my teammates and we went into the bullpen and I did bunts off of her and like reset. And I reset
Okay.
my mind. And then when I went up to bat again, there was a girl in second and the coach pulled me aside and was like, I want you to put the ball on the ground, but don't bunt. It's like, all right. So I go and I don't put the ball on the ground, but it was I power slapped and it was a line drive like up the middle and I got a double out of it, and then scored the first run of the game in like the sixth inning.
Yeah, I mean, and that game was 0-0 at that point too. Yeah, that was a big hit.
Yeah.
But that's a perfect teaching moment. You got to focus. You're only as good as your next at bat. Your last at bat never defines you as a player.
It's your next at bat.
What did you learn as far as balancing academic and athletic?
The study tables really helped. Like now I know what to do to balance it. Because I had the first semester I had the help with the study tables that I did have.
So it kind of forced you to maintain that study.
Yeah, and then now that I know what to do when I don't have those study tables. And I can go to study tables. Like
if you feel like you need to.
Yeah, like it's open to any athlete. Like even if you're required to go or if it's mandatory, you can still go no matter what.
And what is study tables?
It's a building in Stanball, which is where all of our locker rooms are and like the training room and whatever. And it's this room that has multiple different areas that you can study. So all the academic athletic advisors' offices are in there. And
looking back from when you were recruited and your transition into college, what advice would you give high school athletes who either want to play college sports or who are already committed and moving into college sports?
Keep an open mind. It's not as bad as you think. Like I went in really scared, but it wasn't bad.
What are you scared of?
Like living on my own, not being close to you guys, having to do stuff by myself. But like I'm different. I have anxiety, so it's a little bit different. Some people are fine doing stuff by themselves.
Well, I mean, you do have anxiety. I mean, you've always had social anxiety. So, like, what do you tell girls or other players that may be dealing with that?
It's just not as bad as you think. Don't think about it too much. Because if you go in scared, then it's going to be worse for you.
Yeah.
So go in with an open mind. It won't be as bad.
Cool.
And also make a friend in every class.
Did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's advice you give someone that you're not doing.
It was only one class I didn't have a friend in.
Okay.
Which was my 3-hour math class.
Oh.
It was a smelly class.
That was a smelly class. And what do you do when you have smelly people around you?
Plug your nose. Go like this. Check to see if it's you.
But that's part of college. People, you have different cultures, different people.
You think.
You just gotta figure out how to make it work.
When I first went into math, I have a picture of me in my Snapchat memories, like going like this and like sniffing myself to see if it was me.
Oh, you thought it was you?
Because I still had my softball shirt on from training or from weights or something. So I was like, oh my god. I was like, is this me? But it wasn't.
You don't have mommy and daddy saying, hey, did you do this? Hey, did you do that? You gotta. Did you get a bath? Did you take your bath yet? Take a shower?
Did you remember your deodorant?
Yeah, you don't have those reminders, and people forget. So, in what ways do you feel that you've grown as a player and as an individual during your first semester in college?
I hold myself more accountable because I don't have you guys telling me, like, oh, you need to leave to go to practice or leave to go to weights or whatever. So, like, I kind of, like, grew up a little bit because I had to do stuff on my own.
Yeah.
And, like, I had to figure out, I mean, I still ask Audrey and Lauren, mostly Audrey. I ask Audrey what time I should leave to go to wait. She gets so mad at me.
Who, Audrey?
Because I asked her, I'm like, what time should I leave to go to wait? She's like, girl, I don't know. So, but I figured it out.
It's a big transition moving out and doing it on your own.
But I survived.
And you're doing it. I mean, you see, I think you're doing pretty good, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to talk a little bit about like M7 and what they have cooking for you. That's going to happen here soon.
So after either like mid-season or after season, they're gonna open up my swag shop. So I'm gonna have some merch.
So you have your own shop. You're also going to be doing. Hopefully, you're going to be doing lessons out of M7
and then working there.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
And they're talking about doing team camps and stuff in that facility as well. So there's things coming up that you guys are talking about and planning about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, M7 also said that they have possibly some opportunities for sponsorships,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess they're waiting to see how things play out with your freshman season.
Yeah.
So it's kind of important for you to really make an impact for you and your team too. So the better your team does, of course, the more notice that you're going to have as a player.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys playing together and being successful together is going to open up the door for opportunities that you may already have kind of in the pipeline. So that's exciting.
Yep.
Open doors. You have something through YSU.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about that.
It's just like it's an app that gets your name out there. So you put like pictures of like what you like, and then if like someone sees your page and is like, oh, you like this, well, we sell this and we want you to do something with this.
So a lot of it is through businesses. And then people can also reach out to you for autographs or for shout outs on social media, that kind of thing.
Yep.
About lessons. Talk a little about lessons. What have you been doing this winter?
I helped a few teams with practices over the winter, and then I'm obviously going to do lessons in the summer again.
So what did you do with those team practices?
I sometimes ran them, or I sometimes just focused on like slappers or like catchers or stuff like that. I kind of did all of it.
That's cool. And then, of course, your lessons.
Yep.
We'll see how that opens up here after your season's over.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else? What if this doesn't record? We have to do it all over again.
I'm not doing it over again. So, because that took 41 minutes.
That ain't that bad. Yeah, you spent 41 minutes with your dad. You should be very happy about that.
Yay.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for doing this. I know.
You're welcome.
I know you're not all that excited to do this stuff, but
I'm glad you are.
Oh, I need you. I need you to help build this network.
I got you.
All right. So thanks again.
Yep.
Good luck.
Thanks.
In your next semester, and I can't wait to watch you play some softball. All right. See you, everybody.